Can you pitch mine really high, and I'll sing Mr. Lonely by Akon.
I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody to call my own.
Wake me when the sun goes down. Tonight's my last night in town. I pledge to a frat someday. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, that's gonna be beautiful either way. What's up? You're watching Hivemind. Our guest today,
The one,
Leo Pastel.
the man
Yeah,
himself.
he's here.
How's it going?
So Leo, your song "Woah," congratulations, hit 50K on
Thank you.
Spotify. When it comes out, when this interview comes out, who knows where it'll be?
Probably around 100.
I noticed a lot of people singing it in their cars and when they're getting ready. What is your reaction when you first started seeing them, and now when there's so many of them that pop up on your story and stuff?
Yeah, that was like very new for me because before Woah, I had like one song out that was on SoundCloud called Fantasy, and it did pretty well for like where I was at, but like it didn't like blow up like Woah has, and just to see like random people posting it, like I don't even know who they are, like people finding it on Spotify and everything, like making memes out of it and stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, it's a really cool experience to have.
Yeah, that's sweet. And you were Leo last time we interviewed you with Wake and Shake about a year ago, and now you're Leo Pastel. Where does the pastel come from?
So like honestly, just like adding a last name was more for like searchability, because like if you type in Leo on Google, there's like a million
Bunch of
Leos
astrology.
come up. Yeah, but like now I have like my own little astrology. But now I have like my own, what's that called? Like a knowledge panel on Google. Like you look up Leo Pastel, and like also I just feel like the word like pastel really fits my vibe that I have going. It's like a really like bright and like colorful word. So
yeah,
that's where
like
I came
visual
from.
words are definitely great to tie to music.
You guys both added some color. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, Leo, we kicked it back in Cincinnati a while ago in the home studio of yours, and I met your younger brother, Ethan, and you were telling me about your older brother that also plays music. So you come from a musical family and background. What are like some of the tracks and artists you were listening to growing up?
Yeah, like early musical memories.
Yeah, like in my household, my parents literally only played like old R&B, like Stevie Wonder, like Aretha Franklin, stuff like that, and like gospel. Like that's all I grew up on. So just that really has like made my foundation pretty much of like what influences me, like where my vocalization style and stuff like that comes from. So
Aretha. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Aretha.
R.I.P.
real.
We're in Detroit right now. It was a really wild experience, like being here while that happened, because people were just like outside celebrating, blasting her music, and then they had the huge memorial service here with everybody. So we got to know each other, like I mentioned before, when the Wake and Shake, then Apollo 18. So this kind of group of the Ohio underground scene is one of those prominent scenes that seems to be bubbling up and getting a lot of attention. How did you actually meet like Luna and Josiah and Grand Ace and all them? Like, how was your first connection? How did you like map into that web?
Yeah, it was pretty much all through like Luna, because I met Luna through PAC. It's like Programs and Activities Council at UC. It's like basically they plan the concerts and like all the events for University of Cincinnati. So
Go Bearcats.
just like go Bearcats. So like just being on the board with him, like we always knew each other, did music, and like eventually it was just kind of like happened where he was like, hey, come over, you should like record some tracks or whatever. So I went there a couple times, and then he basically like introduced me to Deo, Free, Jody, just everybody. So yeah, through Wake and Shake is pretty much how I just connected with everyone.
Okay, cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been traveling a lot this summer. I seen you out in New York and out in LA. And I think I saw some. Did you get to sing with Trippie Redd in LA?
I mean, not with, but yeah.
For him?
I sang some songs for Trippie Redd.
Yeah. What was that like? Getting to meet him and his reaction? And
that was crazy because like literally just walking down Fairfax, just seeing Trippie Redd, and I was like
stick out like a sore thumb.
I walked past him one time, and like I walked past him a second time. I was like, I gotta say something to him this time. I was just like, man, I just have to like sing a couple of my songs for you. And he's like, oh yeah, go ahead. So like I sang like 3 of my tracks, and he was like, bruh, I F with you, like dap me up, like all his DJs and everything dap me up. So
that was a good micro impression of Trippie Redd.
Very.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but that was really cool, and he like said he liked all my stuff, which was like really cool to hear from an artist like him.
Yeah, and he's from Ohio, which is cool. So are you looking forward to
Definitely.
like maybe connecting with him like once
Yeah,
you get up there? You know,
Definitely, like I'm hoping. I think it was you that I was talking to it about, and you were just like, even if it's like not right now making a connection, like just down the road, if he sees me in the studio or like hears my name, he'll be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, like, and it'll be a connection that we have. So
yeah, that's great. That's super cool.
definitely.
Tragically, last week, Mac Miller passed away.
Yeah.
I know that you were a fan of Mac Miller. Do you have any like
Definitely.
any memories of like going to see him live or anything, or just like memories with his music?
I never actually got to see him live, but yeah, just like growing up like in that culture, I feel like Mac Miller like was a part of like if you were listening to hip hop, like you knew who Mac Miller was, you were like a huge fan. Like when I was in junior high, like it was just he influenced like my fashion, like wearing snapbacks and like the old jerseys and everything. It's terrible to lose a guy with like so much influence and who was also like just hearing different stories about like how kind he was and just giving back to like his community and just helping out other artists come up. It's just really sad when you lose a guy like that, but yeah, I think he's in a better place now. So
Yeah, that was one of the most shocking ones. It just felt like he was so in the middle of his journey and like progressing so much. Like to see an artist come out so early with like to mean something so different at every like different phase of hip hop. He just like was always there doing something and progressing and getting better and just loved music. So it was
We watched him change so much.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He like changed with us, like similar in age. Like he's just 26. Like
100%.
Yeah, that's super
I
weird.
remember watching him rap in high school, like in the cafeteria, like freestyle and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
I saw him here in Detroit with Joey. Like,
Really?
what was that, maybe like 3 years ago? Yeah, Joey.
Okay.
It was on the Good AM tour.
Okay.
Yeah, he opened up for him, and we ate lunch downtown. And Joey comes right in to like the place we're sitting at the bar and sits
Wow.
next to us.
Dang.
And we got to sit there and like have a nice conversation. Got a photo with him afterwards. I was like, well, I
Dang.
need one.
And he was drinking
crazy.
Shirley Temples.
Drinking
right?
Shirley Temples. We were watching baseball.
Joey Badass drinking Shirley Temples.
Wow,
funny.
that's funny.
And his photographer was there too. And this guy I follow on Instagram now, D Knows.
Okay.
He's just like a really nice with his
I've
shot.
heard of him.
Pro era guy for sure.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Though. Rest in peace, of Mac.
Yeah,
Shit's
for sure.
crazy.
We've mentioned kind of that genre barriers and boundaries are kind of like fading or becoming like less significant. I know that you're influenced by stuff like all across the spectrum. Are there artists right now that you're influenced by that you might not guess from listening to your music or like stuff you pull inspiration from?
Okay. Yeah, I think definitely with the stuff that I've released so far, it's more so like pop and like R&B type stuff. But like people don't really know that like I do hip hop as well. Like I rap. So a lot of my influences come from like the current hip hop scene and just so like I think like down the road people are gonna like see more of that, more of those influences coming to my music. But yeah, like Travis Scott is one I would name. Who else? Brockhampton, love them, love what they're doing. Yeah, I can't really think a lot. Kanye, obviously, but yeah, just different people like that. You'll see more of that in my music like down the road.
Yeah, last time we
Kanye's a wild card.
and last time we did the little segment on Kanye's music, you said 808s was your favorite.
Oh, definitely. 808s is by far my favorite. I just feel like it had like a huge influence on like what the spectrum of hip hop is today. Like, and like it's still like a very polarizing album. Like some people hate it, some people love it, but like no one can like deny like how much influence it had like on the culture and like the climate of where music is at right now. So
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it's like super ahead of its time.
yeah, definitely ahead of its time. I feel like a lot of people credit it more as influential than like as its own piece of work, like listening back to it now. But I still go back to a lot of songs on that
I
album.
agree.
Like I
Yeah.
think it's so great.
I think Paranoid's my favorite Kanye song. So like that's one that like I just go back to all the time.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I know you're also a big Tame Impala fan, right? Was it cool to see Tame Impala on the Travis Scott album?
Yeah.
As like just like a potential for like
Yeah.
how much they're gonna be involved in like hip hop and
Definitely.
R&B and stuff.
That's
was so
crazy
sweet,
to me.
yeah.
I love that.
Skeletons. It was way
Skeletons
crazy to just
lit.
hear The Weeknd singing on a Tame Impala like instrumental,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Dude, you were
So
telling me
cool.
today, what's this deal with Frank and this lawsuit?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a current event we can pull out. So I guess Frank Ocean is he's suing Travis Scott or his team for auto tuning his vocals.
That's crazy. Like, I feel like we all know Frank is a perfectionist. So if I'm in the studio with Frank, I'm just gonna basically give him his section and be like, do whatever you want with this part and like not touch it, because we know how like nitpicky he is about his work. So I think that's kind of like maybe an ego thing between him and Travis. Somebody should have just like said, okay, like whatever, we're just gonna. It is what it is. The song's already out. So
yeah. And that's like things with artists too. Like, like I know the new Eminem album when it came out. Like Bon Iver was really mad because he recorded his part of that Eminem song "The Fall," which was like the first single.
Okay.
He recorded his part in a session with like I think like I want to say Thundercat. I could be completely wrong, but it was like somebody different, and Eminem just kind of like bought the hook and used it. And then he like protested when he got the master like 2 weeks before the album came out. He was like, I don't want my part on the song. And Eminem just like had already bought it, so he released it anyway.
Wow.
It's like that Michael Jackson feature on the Drake album. He just bought that from a guy who like had the rights to it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Paul Anka, I think, like played on Bad and some old Michael Jackson records, and he just like had the rights to this little feature, and so he just bought it from him.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a weak feature. That's like I don't know. It was though.
Well, you hate Michael Jackson.
I don't hate. Oh jeez, I'm not like I wasn't raised on Michael Jackson's music or anything, but like I remember listening to it and being like, oh man, they really had to like produce the shit out of it. Like it sounded so different. Like,
it was probably really raw. It was probably just like some.
Yeah, that's what I assume it was, but I don't know.
Probably cost him deep in the purse, though. Believe that.
Yeah, Drake is pretty much the only person who can announce an album with just Jay-Z and Michael Jackson as the features. So it's expensive.
Definitely.
All right, man. So we were getting it set up. You had to get the photo and the pants right and everything. We know a big part of you is being fashion forward and trying to put that like as a part of your aesthetic, you know, pushes the music a little further as well. Can you tell us a little about that and maybe give us some predictions for 2019? Something wacky that's about to come back in.
Okay. Oh, like fashion. Okay.
Yeah, like fashion predictions.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I've been into like clothing my whole life. Like grew up, I don't know, I drew influences from like whatever I was interested in at the time. Like when I was a kid, I was like watching Disney Channel and like wearing what like people on Wizards of Waverly Place would wear, and like I don't know, it's like I wouldn't say I was always fashion forward, but I was always like very fashion aware, and like I can like draw fashion from different places and like make it into my own very easily. But yeah,
that's all the fun in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I remember buying a jean jacket because I saw Phil from Phil of the Future wear one.
Oh, yeah.
No joke. Like 5th grade or something. I was like, I got to get a jean jacket.
Definitely.
That's hard. Yeah, it looks hard.
Yeah. I feel like everyone has a little bit of that. But like, yeah, just, I don't know. I don't know how it like evolved into like what it is now, just from like being in like the music scene of Cincinnati and like just being with like
creatives.
Creatives and like underground like artists and everything. So I don't know. I'm pretty much influenced by like the people I'm around and like what I'm interested in. Like I just said.
Nice.
Cool.
So what about 2019? What do you think?
Predictions?
Yeah.
Flip flops.
So yeah, I think like the '90s stuff is like really coming in right now. I think we'll see like more of that. Definitely like just more exaggerated. Like the baggy jeans are already in a little bit, but I think it'll be like more exaggerated like it was in the '90s, early 2000s. Like big oversized tees, definitely. Yeah, like I think chains, like long chains, are gonna come back in. Not the little chokers that people are wearing now, but just stuff like that.
Looser. Yeah. Everything's gonna loosen up a little bit.
And those skinny glasses, love those.
Yeah,
coming in.
That's like the 20-year trend cycle. It's just like it's coming back around.
It's
in 1998, right about right now. So
that's crazy.
Third Eye Blind's gonna make a big comeback, I think. Yeah. All right, Potpourri. My first question. You tweeted out literally like a day ago that Captain Crunch is the best cereal
by far.
You said by far, and I want to know how you can justify that in your mind, and have you had Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That was kind of a joke. I just tweeted it so I could say Cap then Crunch.
Cap then Crunch.
And be stupid, but
that's funny.
I don't know. The best
Didn't
cereals.
Somebody say Sinner.
Yeah, Sinner Man Toast Crunch. That got me
Toast
weak.
Man Crunch.
Yeah. Sam is hilarious. But,
that's so funny.
Yeah, but yeah, favorite cereal probably like Reese Puffs or something.
Ooh, I never had them. I'm allergic.
Oh, get
to
out.
peanut butter.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm, since I was born, so I've never had Reese's Puffs.
You think that would be like your last meal?
I'll debut this idea here. When later on in my like YouTube career, if we like have the means, I want to get a doctor to sit with me and just like IV me up, and I'll just try things I've never had, like Reese's. Like I'll eat a bowl of Reese's Puffs and just have an IV. Like,
Wow,
pump me with shit.
that's genius.
Yeah, just like get a first reaction from somebody who's like in their 20s, just eating shit that everybody's had for like
The
years.
headline will read
That's
like,
genius. Definitely do that.
allergic man tries to eat everything he's allergic to and dies.
I gotta have Shoe Nice come on. Do that
Ooh,
with
we
me.
gotta get shoe nice.
Real YouTube legend.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Luna.
The sound guy fell.
Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli or no?
What constitutes a ravioli?
You tell me.
See, we
You're
gotta
the
define
expert
We
here.
gotta define the regulations here.
I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna call a Pop-Tart a ravioli, I feel like you gotta call like any pastry.
Hot
Doesn't-
Pockets.
Hot Pockets a ravioli.
I could see Hot Pockets as a ravioli, maybe.
Yeah. They're like a oblong ravioli.
I could see that.
Raviolis are kind of out of style right now, to be honest. It's kind of an ugly pasta.
What?
I mean?
What's in right now? What are the
Angel hair
pastas?
pasta.
Angel hair is my
Okay.
favorite.
Sexy.
I like angel hair.
Yeah.
Super sexy pasta right there.
Elbows. No.
I like shells.
Elbows are corny.
I don't like the middle of them. It's like too.
I think shells are the best pasta.
Oh, shells are
Because
nice.
or at least for macaroni and cheese, because they get the cheese inside. And it's like,
Yeah. So we always hear about people pee in their pants, but never people pee in their shorts. What's that about?
What gives? What gives?
What gives with that? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You think people just?
People don't gotta pee when they're wearing shorts, or what? It's easier to find a bathroom.
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's just something I wanted to say. You know
I
what
feel like
mean?
shorts is like not as bad of an experience because it's like it just drips down.
It gets out at the
But if you
bottom.
pee in your pants, it's like
it's
like
gonna
you're
stick to
sitting
your
in it.
leg and shit. Yeah.
Like
whole way
you
down.
just peed on yourself.
I feel like if you're real sly with it, you can even just pull the shorts to the side and maybe
Okay.
straight on the ground.
Super sly.
Yeah.
You have to be like.
Way too sly. That's like trucker behavior. Okay, would you rather have styrofoam bones or live with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger for the rest of your life?
I think definitely live with the two people. Who did you say?
Sylvester
Doesn't
Stallone
matter
from
who it
Rocky,
is. Yeah, I'd
And
rather live with them.
Arnold Schwarzenegger from
Styrofoam
Terminator.
bones?
Can you imagine having your image, like having to go home every night and it's
That's
Sylvester
horrible.
Stallone and
Well, I
Arnold?
would argue that he would only live with them for the rest of their lives because
Well,
they're
okay,
old.
okay.
Fair play, fair
They're
play.
they're
That's
super
true.
old. So.
They're also rich though, so they got access to like you might be stuck with a cryogenically frozen Arnold Schwarzenegger
Wow.
for the rest of your life.
That's true, but they probably have like a good movie collection, maybe like a pool table or something.
Yeah.
That's true. They probably got a nice crib.
Yeah.
Definitely do
Styrofoam
that.
bones though, you could fly.
But then you break.
And then
I
when
was
they
asking
would break,
him.
they'd make that sharp noise. No,
Are they moving? Or do they live together now?
it'd be like a modest home situation. They'd go buy like a first time home,
Oh, okay. That's cool.
meet the neighbors.
Go house hunting with them. That would be
House
nice. All right, a serious would you rather? Would you rather collab with 3 living artists of your choice or 1 dead artist of your choice?
Ooh. I think I'd have to say 3 living artists. Because, like, my biggest artist is, like, Stevie Wonder, #1, and Frank Ocean, #2. They're both
Yeah.
alive, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I got to do that.
Okay.
Fair play. That's a good point.
You have a third one if you had to.
Stevie, Frank.
Erica.
Not Eric. I like Mama Erica, but not
That's
her.
for some reason I thought
That'd
that
be a
too.
great
I was like,
collab.
yeah, you and
I do love
Erica
her.
Badu would be amazing.
I do love her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like Kim Burrell. It's like she's like a gospel artist who's like a crazy singer. She was on Godspeed. On
Oh,
Frank Ocean's
okay,
album.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Maybe
that'd
her.
be great. Yeah,
She's like crazy.
that's sweet. All right, should we ask the ceremonial last question? The last
Oh,
question.
yeah.
Yeah. This is an important question.
Who did he tell you that to?
What?
Who did he tell you it to?
What?
It's
Who
like
did he- who
it's
did
like
he-
who did he?
tell you that to?
Who did he tell you
Yeah.
that to?
Who did he tell you that to?
Who?
Him.
Who did he?
No, I,
That might be the right answer.
I think that is the right answer.
Oh,
Nobody
wow.
ever answers it right. I think him is the right answer. Yeah.
bet.
All right.
A
Well,
winner.
yeah. Thank you, Leo Pastel, for being here. Where can they find your music?
Yeah, everyone, you can just look me up. Any streaming service, Leo Pastel. Instagram at 1980wavy, Twitter at 1980wavy, and yeah, Facebook, Leo Pastel.
Yeah,
Just
where's
look me up.
1980 Wavy come from, real quick? Final
Oh
question.
yeah. 1980s is definitely like my main influence
Yep.
fashion wise. I don't know how I didn't talk about this, but yeah, and
Well, we're doing it now, so.
wavy is just like I'm wavy,
Yeah.
and it's like it kind of rhymes and flows, so that's why I chose that at name. So
Yeah, I thought when you were doing Just Leo, I thought maybe you were gonna change it to that when you're.
The 1980 Wavy?
Yeah. Did you think about it?
everyone thought that's what I was doing, but no, I wasn't in the picture. I feel like it's like
Just the
1980
tag.
wavy is just like a vibe. It's
Yeah.
like
I like people who have Instagrams and Twitters that aren't their actual name. Like I like how
We Are
like
the
hair
Avocado.
like Hair Weave Killer
Oh, yeah.
is 2 Chainz and like
We Are the Avocados.
for Billie Eilish and like Champagne Poppy is like
Yeah.
the main one, but
That's cool.
After Dinner Seg, Jacob Segment,
Mhm.
stuff like that. But
That's cool.
Kids a rock star.
all right, Growth out now.
Girls out now everywhere.
Great song.
Thank you.
And Whoa, Keep Running It Up.
Mhm.
One of my favorite songs of the year with Muwosi.
Thanks.
Shout out
Shout out
Muwosi.
Muwosi.
Shout outs.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. It's Hivemind. Check us out. Go to our channel. And
Hey.
this will be out soon. These clothes on HivemindTV.com.
Enjoy the summer.
All right. Thanks, Leo.
Peace. Peace.
Sweet. Those are usually jokes, but Luna sang a Playboy Cardi song, so.
Hey.
Luna wrote a Playboy Cardi song too.